The government's handling the Middle East crisis, meanwhile, another issue that they've lost focus here. You know, they're sending mixed messages, trying to speak out of both corners of their mouths. We've got Jew hatred running nuts, and no one is really quite sure where the government stands on this war.
It's certainly not the government of Bob Hawke in relation to Israel. That's obvious. But Andrew, let me say this to you. In all the hundreds of interviews and the thousands of hours of TV that we've watched, in all those interviews that I've seen of all the Palestinian leaders around the world, there's one question that's never ever been asked, which is this, to Tony Burke or to Arn Ali or to anybody who's supporting the Palestinian cause. Do you think Hamas should surrender? Do you think Hamas should surrender? Because I've never heard anyone say yes, and if they say, yes, but they'll never do it, I've never heard anyone at a pro-Palestinian rally say Hamas should surrender, stop Hamas, Hamas mass murderers. I've never heard anyone amongst the many Muslim countries in the Middle East who support the Palestinian cause, I've never heard any of them call on Hamas to surrender. Hamas, we're told, don't represent the Palestinian people in Gaza or the West Bank. So if they only represent 30,000 people, and the last election was 2006, why isn't the worldwide debate about this rogue terrorist organisation that represents nobody, that nobody supports, why isn't the world focused on why haven't Hamas leadership surrendered like Hitler did? Because they represent nobody, and for the focus to be on Israel, and for the Western media, so Hamas here, Israel here, one's a democracy, one's a terrorist organisation.
Yeah, well, don't know that they don't represent a lot of Palestinians. I wish I did believe it.
Look, I mean, the Prime Minister was asked in the US, you know, whose side you're on. He said, I'm against Hamas. I don't think you can be much clearer than that. I'm against Hamas. I share some of Michael's frustrations that Hamas, you know, a registered terrorist organisation, and Hamas made a unilateral attack in an attempt to provoke a war, in an attempt to try and get Israel to engage in the land invasion, where they know they will hide behind hospitals, they will hide behind whatever schools are left open, they will hide behind civilians, and they will seek to cause Israel to kill innocent civilians because of their tactics. And that is their strategy.
Then you get people like Tony Burke muddling the message, and people like that. I'm in despair a little bit, I've got to say.